What's up, guys? That's my pet bass, Green Bean, back there, and today I'm going to show you everything you need to keep your own pet bass. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need, it's pretty obvious, you're going to need a tank. This is a 55-gallon tank, and it works great. And one thing to keep in mind is your tank will have to grow with your bass. Now, it probably doesn't make sense when I said that, but what I mean is when that fish gets bigger, you're going to have to upgrade him to a bigger tank. And that's going to cost money and everything. But, yeah. And then the next big thing is a filter. That's the filter back there. You could probably hear it running. That's the background noise. And it works very well. The bigger your tank, the more filters you're going to have. Like I said, this is a 55-gallon aquarium, so that filter works great for this aquarium. Keeps it very clean, very nice. And another thing, let me get it real quick. You could probably already see it. These right here, these are filters. These are carbon filters. Fits the Whisper EX30, EX45, and EX70. That filter is a EX30. So those filters work great. Those filters are really cheap. That filter that I got, it was only like 50 bucks. That's very cheap for a filter, and it works amazing. And then those things, those are like 8 bucks for a pack of 4, so pretty cheap. And another thing is the decoration back there. You don't want to have a bland tank because that's just not going to look cool. I got some rocks on the bottom, some more rocks and rocks over there, and then a little bit of fake grass. Now, another thing that's very important, you're going to want to rinse all that off before you put it in the water, because it could put some harmful chemicals in the water, and it could hurt your fish. Now, another thing is the water. I use tap water, and I know a lot of people say don't use tap water for your aquariums, but I did, and it works fine. And that is a largemouth, and he can live in a mud puddle, so it works just fine for him. And so yeah, you got your tank, you got your filter, you got your rocks. Fish. What fish do you want to put in the aquarium? Well, a largemouth is very aggressive and will eat just about anything. Mine, he's picky. I'll go over what he eats later. But if you want something that you can't really hurt or stun, get a catfish, throw a catfish in there, and you'll be fine. Now, if you want to put a goldfish in there, go right ahead, but I think goldfish are just, they're just goldfish. I like wild species of fish. If you want something that'll really make your tank pop, just put like a sunfish in there. That'll look really pretty. He is the only fish in there, and the reason for that is he will eat other fish, and if it can fit in his mouth, it's fair game for him. So yeah, you just gotta watch out for that. So if you're gonna put like a bluegill in there with your pet bass, make sure it's bigger than the bass, so that way he will not bully it to death, because he will. Make sure you got like a little cave or something in there. You don't have to, but I just like watching him swim under. And then another big important thing is the light, and that's gonna keep your fish happy. And it will like when at nighttime, I got it set on a timer so it'll turn off, then it'll come back on at daytime, and that's really important. And another thing, if your fish is stressed, get this stuff called Stress Coat Plus, I think the name of it is, and that'll help your fish just calm down. Like maybe you just caught him or whatever and he's really stressed, just throw some of that in there with the water. And that's cheap, but yeah, just sprinkle a little bit of that in the water. And another thing, like about the tank and whatever, you're gonna want to have a little container. I got a pitcher, it's just a normal pitcher, and that is because that water level will get lower than the little line on the filter. And if it gets lower than that, the filter will stop running, and we don't want that. So like before I leave to go on vacation, I will just fill it up. But yeah, covered the filter, covered the aquarium, covered the rocks, the structure, covered the fish. Let me think what else. Food. What I feed this guy is natural food. I don't feed him chicken nuggets. I may throw a shrimp in there every now and then, but I feed him minnows that I get from the creek. And if you don't have a food source like a creek or pond, it's not worth it, because largemouth, that little guy right there, even though he's about that big, he will eat about 10 minnows a day that are about that big, and his belly will go from this to that, and that's pretty cool to watch. But so if you don't have a food source, don't get a bass. And anyway, yeah, I feed him minnows, basically anything I can find. And minnows are really good in protein, like crawdads. Those are really good too. See him yawn? That looks very cool when he yawns. Just thought I would say that. That's cool. And another thing is, can you guys see that stripe on him? This is for bass only. That stripe is gone. That means your fish is stressed and is not doing too well. His stripe, he's always happy, so his stripe's always there. But anyway, and if your tank starts getting dirty or whatever, just go ahead and change the water, and just do all that. And then another big thing is a net. You're gonna want to have a net, because if I feed him and he gets full, he may spit up a minnow or two, and I'll have to scoop it up so that way the tank don't get dirty. That's very important. That net was like $5 on Amazon, so very cheap. And another thing is, you want to have a good setup. I know I'm set up in the basement, so you just want to have a good setup. Now this setup, nobody really comes down here except for me and my family and stuff, but this is just where I got him set up. And so yeah, if you're thinking about getting a pet bass or any pet wild fish, I think it's awesome and really fun. I've trained this guy to eat out of my hand, which you guys, if you follow my channel, you've probably seen that. And I'm going to be doing some more things with this guy, but I just thought I would throw this video together. And hope you got some tips from it. And yeah, hopefully it helped y'all out.